Colonel Bartlett and his 2nd Brigade appear on the left flank, and 12th Alabama decide it's time to skedaddle from their vulnerable position. 33rd New York and 6th Alabama continue to trade musket fire. Both are taking hits, but the former is close to breaking. 2nd Florida and 2nd Mississippi advance toward the line, the former taking the place of the depleted 9th Virginia Cavalry. Hampton's Legion Cavalry cover the withdrawal of 12th Alabama. The remainder of Garland's brigade, with the 5th and 23rd North Carolina, making for the small hill on the left flank. 9th Virginia Cavalry saddle up to make room for 2nd Florida and 2nd Mississippi to take their place in the line. 4th and 5th Vermont wheel into position to form line of battle. A shot showing most of the contested area, with the choke heights dominating the scene. Garland's brigade moving into position. 1st US Cavalry advance along the fence line as 2nd Brigade 1st Division break out into the open on the enemy left flank. Looking down from the slopes of Morgan's Mount at the main Union assault. Thick and choking powder smoke hide the enemy from the Union brigades moving forward. An overall view of the battlefield. 2nd Florida and 6th Alabama duke it out with the 7th Maine and 33rd New York respectively. All 4 regiments receive losses. That now routs the 33rd New York.
Private Down Haver, the 6th Alabama, dropped to his knees to cradle the head of his friend, Pat Morgan, who had just fallen to the ground beside him. A ball had passed through his throat, unknown to Don. It had torn through his windpipe and severed the spinal column just below the skull. Pat's eyes darted left and right. His paralyzed body remained still. Red froth, the blood gurgled and wheezed from the torn flesh that had once been his throat. More blood gushed out of Pat's mouth. "Hold on, Pat. Hold on. You'll be fine, I promise." Pat's eyes came to rest on the face of his friend. The eyes briefly focused. A grin came to his lips. The lips moved, but no words came out. Pat's eyes glazed over. The smile left his face. The spark of life left his body forever.
The remainder of 2nd Brigade, 2nd Division begin to form up in battle line. On that open Confederate left flank, 2nd Brigade of 1st Division continue to advance, closely watched by Hampton's Legion Cavalry on the small hill. 1st US Cavalry cautiously continue their advance along the fence line. F Battery, 5th US Artillery, now without a target in range, will need to limber up and redeploy. 12th Alabama cross the fence and form up on the road outside the Dixon Farm. 2nd Mississippi, 24th Virginia and Bondurant's Battery form the 2nd Confederate defensive line. 5th and 23rd North Carolina reach the crest of the ridge on their left flank. Looking west along the road. View of the fighting from the position of 5th and 23rd Carolina. Hampton's Legion Cavalry keep watch on the advancing Union Brigade on the left. The rearmost regiment of 2nd Brigade 1st Division, closest to Canberra, about to cross the Meon Road. The main Union assault force can be seen in the distance beyond the trees. The weakened 1st Brigade 2nd Division under Brigadier Hancock, minus the shattered 6th Maine and 43rd New York, remain in column at the rear if needed. Looking down from the slopes of Morgan's Mount. Powder smoke in the distance marks the bitter fighting around the Dixon Farm, as seen from 2nd Brigade 1st Division, advancing on the Confederate left flank. The shattered 33rd New York pull out of the firing line and make for the rear. Their place in the line is taken by the 77th New York. 2nd Florida and 7th Maine exchange losses each. 6th Alabama engage 33rd New York and they take up their new position. They also receive hits. The artillery of both sides once again open up in counter-battery fire, unsuccessful on this occasion. 5th Maine and 16th New York form line to assault the hill holding the 5th and 23rd North Carolina and the now dismounted Hampton's Legion cavalry, who form up on their right flank, butted up against the Dixon farmhouse. Looking down the slope at the Union Brigade preparing to assault 5th and 23rd North Carolina. Looking northwest along the road, the farm just beyond the nearest tree. F Battery, 5th US Cavalry, now limbered up, crossed the Meon Road to support 2nd Brigade 1st Division in their assault on the Confederate position on the hilltop. Weight of numbers will surely begin to tell soon. The rebels cannot afford a battle of attrition. Looking east from behind the Union position. 6th Corps Commander General William Franklin observing the battle with 2nd Division Commander General William Smith as the routed 33rd New York streamed to the rear.
General Franklin studied the engagement now taking place on the hill to his right. Bill, I'm concerned as to where this fresh enemy brigade has come from. It cannot be the force that was defending Crow Bridge, or Henry Slocum and 1st Division would be right behind them. Bill Smith nodded. The enemy would not be stupid enough to let themselves be boxed in on this road. It seems our intelligence was up to its usual poor standards. The supposedly weak division is turning out to be rather more powerful than Washington suggested. And what concerns me is what else do the enemy have on this peninsula? Once again, General Franklin scanned the action taking place before him. Is this the final reserve of the enemy, or do they have yet more troops moving to block us? If they have, we may just have a problem, General, Bill replied.
5th and 23rd North Carolina engage 5th Maine and 16th New York on the small hill. All 4 units take losses. Hampton's Legion cavalry on the right wing have no target in range as 1st US Cavalry hesitate to advance with 12th Alabama on their flank. The sound of musketry and artillery fire now reverberates off the face of the choke heights. No one is given an inch at the moment. Outnumbered but defiant. The view of the senior US officers. Overall view of the battle.